finale series. You have Texas State at your place, drop game one in a close one, come back and get a couple of close wins. This was a Texas State team that was playing good baseball coming in. They had won the series against Troy, I guess it was the weekend before, and kind of looked at their resume. They had really won some big and some important games throughout the course of the season. Certainly nice to finish up the regular season with a series win in front of your home fans.
Yeah, no doubt. It was, we had to earn it. I mean, they were playing for their lives. They had to win two for them to get into the series. So obviously they had a lot of motivation, and it was some hard-fought games. And I thought our guys played really well and really competed hard. And it felt like playoff baseball, to be honest with you.
Tell me what stood out for you, or who stood out for you this weekend.
I thought we had some really good pitching performances that we needed. I thought Nico was really good on game two and kind of got us deep, and then let our bullpen, Chandler Best and Colby Allen, finish it up. And then on game three, I thought we had a really big performance out of the bullpen. Cross Sibley covered 4 shutout innings and then handed off to Colby for the ninth. So we needed those things because they were all close-scoring games. And then we had some big hits too. I thought Slade Wilkes came through, Ozzie Pratt, Matt Russo. I mean, just to name a few. I thought there were some guys that really stepped up and got some big hits.
What are you looking for, Coach, as you guys kind of turn the page toward the postseason?
To stay consistent. Just keep playing. I think we've been playing some pretty good baseball, and just to really, kind of focus on, one pitch, one inning, one game at a time. And I think we've done a good job of that here lately, and if we can continue to do that, I like our chances, anytime we play.
How does it feel different from transitioning? I mean, coaches have different ways of looking at the season. Some coaches break it down into 3 parts where they say, okay, the non-conference portion of our schedule is kind of part one, and then you get to the conference play, and then you get to the postseason. How do you look at it, and how does it feel different?
Well, I mean, it is different. It's exciting, tournament play and anything in postseason. It's exciting. It's to me, it's a little more simple. I mean, you want to keep playing, you got to keep winning. You got to earn the opportunity to go to the next stage or whatever that might be. So, the message is this. When we told the team the other day that everybody's 0-0 now, and what we've done is great to get us to this point. Now we got to go and worry just one at a time, and just try to keep playing together and staying as one.
Coach, we've talked a lot throughout the course of the season about how competitive the SunBelt has been this season. I mean, you look at the 4 teams that are playing single elimination games on Tuesday. I mean, Old Dominion, South Alabama, Coastal Carolina, Georgia State, those are all good baseball teams. Those are all teams that have won games throughout the course of the season. How competitive is this week going to be in Montgomery?
I think it's going to be extremely competitive. It's a good league. You have to earn everything you get every weekend and stuff. So I expect this tournament to be just the same. We were in it last year, and were able to win that thing, and it wasn't easy. We had to really play well. So we know it's going to be it's going to take good performances. We've got to play clean baseball, and just expect some dogfights regardless of who the opponent is you're playing.
And, okay, you're going to have to help me. I'm trying to remember. I think I figured this out last year. You don't know yet who the first-round opponent for you or your first-game opponent will be yet, right?
Correct. With whoever ends up the highest seed. So you got 7, 8, 9, 10. So if 7 wins Coastal, if they win their game, we'll be playing Coastal. If they lose and the 8 seed win, we'll play that 8 seed and so on.
Okay, so Louisiana, the number 1, is going to get the seed with the biggest number beside its name, and you're going to face, based on the 2 winners, the lowest number next to that seed. But they're all good, I guess, kind of like we were talking about a second ago.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's do you have a preference? It doesn't really matter, honestly. It's more about us going and playing a good game regardless of, who's in that other dugout.
Is it any more difficult from a preparation standpoint, not knowing who you're going to play until sometime late Tuesday night, or is it once you get to the postseason, all the turnarounds are quick and you've kind of seen everybody?
Well, I mean, we have seen 3 of the 4. We haven't seen Old Dominion, so if they end up, being the team, then we'll do everything like we do for every team. You watch all the synergy and video that you can and stuff like that. But but we'll probably prepare in advance for any scenario, so we're not scrambling there at the last minute.
We've kind of talked about the evolution of the offense throughout the course of the season, and I don't know if you felt this way, but it would have been hard for me to predict that at the end of the regular season you were going to have 5 guys hitting over 300, and not just over 300, but I mean, like in the case of Dalton McIntyre, 374. Did you see what was coming offensively with those guys, especially at the top?
Well, you kind of saw it, evolving. Coach Crill's done a great job with these hitters, and these guys really bought into the approach and everything, and they've grown. There's just a lot of hitters in this lineup that have, first time competing at this level, and they've grown. We've seen their growth as they get more experience and more ABs and stuff like that. So it's I'd be lying to you if I said, I knew we'd have 5 guys sitting over 300 at this point or whatever, but proud that we do and proud of them for what they've done, and and hopefully we'll continue to trend in that direction.
I thought there was another area that kind of evolved as the season went along for you. You finish up fielding at a 975 clip, and I remember first 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks of the season, we talked a lot of the time. You said really didn't play clean, didn't feel great about how we were defensively. Felt like you got a lot better and a lot cleaner defensively over the final, month and a half of the season. Do you see it that way?
Absolutely. I think there's been some areas that I think, one, we kind of figure out your personnel and you get consistent with that. That helps. But I think, like, you look at our catchers. I thought early on we couldn't throw anybody out. We were really struggling with some of that. And those 3 freshmen, they've all grown. So, just seeing all that progression and stuff, that's what you hope for as a coach. You hope your team, just grows and gets better, and I think we've seen some of that, and I'm very thankful for that.
On the mound, kind of looking to the tournament this week, this is always kind of a unique deal where you've got a short turnaround time, and you want to win, and you want to play well, but you also want to protect arms, knowing that there is more baseball still to play. What is your approach this time? I guess obviously you've been running the pitching staff for a long time, and Scott had all the trust in the world in you, but it's 100% your decision on how you handle arms in this tournament setting. What's your plan?
Well, I think we have to stay pretty consistent with what we've been doing. These guys, Billy and Nico were prepared to pitch on another 6-day rest, week. So all systems go with that. And then, game 3, we get to that point, you got to figure it out, and then the tough part really comes, you get to day 4 and or 5 even, and how much stress do you put on those guys bouncing them back early. So hopefully we're in that problem. We have that problem to solve, and that means we're playing deep and maybe have a chance to win a championship.
And then finally, Coach, you had several guys that were named to the all-conference team. A heck of an award. Billy Oldham earns first-team honors. So does Slade Wilkes, Nico Mazza, Ozzie Pratt, Dalton McIntyre, all second-team honors. That's really I understand it's just a plaque or a trophy or a certificate or whatever, but it really says a lot also.
Well, I'm proud of those guys. We all are, and again, they've done a great job, and it's been a collective effort. It hadn't been just one pitcher, hadn't been just one hitter. It's been a group of guys that really come together, man, and played some really good baseball, and and arguably playing the best baseball of the year right now at this point, and hopefully that'll just keep going.
Week from today, you'll find out what happens after the conference tournament. We'll certainly be tuned in for that. And, Coach, we appreciate your time. Always great visiting with you, and wish you the best in Montgomery this week.
All right, Richard. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.